everyone. As you have read the title of the video, it is about the school problems or the JEE competitive exam problems in India. This is going to be a very raw video, and there's no script. Okay, so whatever I will be speaking is some of my experiences and all the data which I have right now. So in this series, like in this channel, I'll be only talking about some random things and it won't be scripted. So it would be like everything according to experiences and whatever the problems are and the data available in the market. So, like as I have told you, this whole episode is all about the school problems or the competitive exam scenarios. See, I'm joining these two because these two are interrelated and both of them should be addressed accordingly. Okay. So in this episode, the it is like a story. I'll start from 10th, then it will end in 12th, the competitive exams, and it will go on. Okay. The problems related around it, and it's like a bigger circle. We'll be getting in the circle, center of the circle, part by part. So now many of the students are studying in a CBSE school, and in the CBSE schools, there is a problem of grading system. You must be asking what is the problem of grading system. So if a student qualifies after 10th, like he passes the examination, so he has around 3 to 4 choices, whether he should take a PCM course, physics, chemistry, and mathematics, PCB course, physics, chemistry, and biology, humanities, or commerce. Okay. Um, Now it is there. I don't know about the new education policy and the changes done right now, but I think so. It is the same in 10th standard. I don't know, but yeah, it is the same. So the problem is with these two streams. Now it is with all the streams, but earlier it used to be only two streams, which is PCB and PCM. Now for the PCB streams or the PCM streams, I'll be talking about the PCM stream because I belong to one. That's why I have more experience around it. So talking about the PCM stream, if a student qualifies in 10th, like around, just take his percentage or her percentage around 88. Okay. So schools allowed them to take PCM. Now there's a problem. In many CBSE schools, they don't allow the students to take their preferred choice after 10th because they like give importance to their 10th marks. After that, they are not allowed to take around. There's some criteria. Different schools have different criteria. CBSE uh, just like they have this circular that it is not legal. You cannot do this. If anyone wants to take PCM after getting 50% mark in 10th, he or she should be allowed, but schools don't let them in. So this is the first problem, the qualifying criteria in 10th. Students are not allowed to take their own preferred choice. They are stuck. Now, I'm telling you why they are stuck. In 10th, if someone qualify, like if someone gets a very good marks or get very good score, he or she is not able to take commerce or humanities. I'm not saying that they are not allowed. They are allowed. But in society, there is a change. Like you are not able to take PCM after getting 90% above. You are not allowed to take. I'm not saying that you don't have right. In India, we have some rights, but we don't practice it. So this is one of the example. People are not able to take their preferred choice because of many pressure. Science shown being a superior field, according to some people, not some people, I would say 90% of Indians, science being a superior field, they think that science is a superior field. It does have a scope. I don't disagree with it. But there is something superior complexity with it. It's not true always. So I'm talking about the good, like who are good academically, they get above 90%, they get the choice. But who get 50%, they are not allowed to take science. Either they have to change the school. For example, uh, if in India there are 60 schools. Like I'm talking about, just take a random example. If in the city there are 60 schools, around 30 to 35 schools have this criteria. And this is happening. On paper, it is not allowed, but in reality, it is happening. So after 10th, there is some sort of like distinction going on. I don't know how right it is. There may be some schools may have just experimented it. I don't know, but I don't know. Well, what is happening? Maybe it's not like it's not according to the book. This is the point, and what is around it, I have told you. Now, after the student passes 10th, he took science, and in 11th there is a big problem. Uh, like around 100 students out of 100 students in the class, talking about the PCM stream, suppose there are 100 students in the class, around 60 to 70 join JEE coaching. 60 to 70. And rest 30% are for board oriented, CUET oriented, or they want to do BSc, something like that. If they want to do BTech also, they are not interested in JEE. They have many different methods to go into engineering colleges. So they are not into it. But 60 to 70 people prepare for JEE out of 100. And this is the truth I'm saying. And I will tell you why in the in the upcoming time. I'll tell you why. Now, I've told you the scenario, okay? Like around 100 people, if there are 100 people, 60 to 70 take science, 60 to 70 go for JEE coaching. And for PCB stream, it is much higher. If someone takes a PCB stream, around 80 to 90 students are preparing for medical examination. Like it's like they are preparing, like it has a larger chunk of it. So around if you join both of the PCB and PCM course, it will be around like 60, 70 here and 80, 90 there. 150, 160. So it's a big number. Okay. It's a big number out of 200 students, and you can take the percentage. I'm not good at mathematics right now, so I can't tell you. So there is a problem. Okay. Now they are going to coachings. In 11th, there is a shock. I don't know how they have designed the syllabus. 11th is like a big mountain. You have trained the students to go through a river valley, and um, like you have not trained them accordingly, and this in like with surprise you give them like, yes, this is their 11th class, this is very hard, and students fail. Around in my school was in it's a good school, I will say, and our school give good marks, like good and like what you deserve, something like that, not much, not less. So there were many students who got failed in different subjects, not in all subjects, in different subjects, basically the core subjects PCM. So many students got failed. There's a shock treatment in 11 because of this. And it is a shock because, connecting to the first point, there was something known as a threshold value of percentage. If you get above it, you are allowed to take science. So the students who got like good or above average marks in 10th, they are in science, they are getting failed. It's more like a shock. Like they are not able to like process things very easily. And in 11th, after just 1 year, you have your 12th board examination. You have the pressure of it. Now, coming back to the point, they are in JEE. Okay, many students are preparing for JEE. Now, what is happening is something which needs attention. I don't know, like it's. I don't know. You must be thinking that I am talking very uh, some things which cannot be changed, right? But this is a problem which needs to be addressed. I don't know why it's not being addressed, but it needs to be addressed. Is the non-attending schools, the dummy schools, or whatever you called it. I have only two names of it: non-attending or dummy schools, which are like so common. Like everybody knows in which city how many schools are there, but CBSE doesn't know. This is something like a joke. CBSE don't know. The students of the parents of the students, everyone knows in the city which schools are can give you this facility of this non-attending. Now, why I am against it? I'm not against. Okay, The government itself is against it. The CBSE has declared it is not legal to do something like that, like proxy attendance in the school or facilitating them to get good marks in practice, something like that. It is not allowed. It is not by the book. And these non-attending schools are just killing the competition right away. Now you must be thinking like why it's killing the competition in the long run. You must be thinking that if a student could do good in schools, why cannot he or she do good in JEE? Both are different topics. I have many examples. Like one student who got 94% in boards didn't qualify for IIT. The second student who got 88% in boards with zero attendance, like very less attendance, I would say, uh, like once in a week, like, okay. Why he was in regular school, but yeah, he was coming. He was able to do 75% attendance dot. He was on dot 75. So he was able to do it and he got into IT after getting 88%. So it's not like that you could do you do well in JEE, you do well in boards and vice versa. It's not like that. Both needs specific type of brain tuning and both need specific type of preparation. See, for someone prodigy, it's very is like a dolls, a child's play. They are going to conquer it everywhere. But someone who is average or above average needs to focus on one place. I'm just saying it. So these non-attending schools facilitate this, and the coaching traps too. Like there are many coachings. They tell you don't go to school. Why are you going to school? In 11, 12, there's no need to school. You go to IIT, make life there, enjoy everything. What they just show you something like a dream or it's like a fairy tale. You go into it, everything will be fine, something like that. So they are going to track, and this happens. And while I was in coaching, some of the teachers used to tell us, "Why are you going to school? There's nothing in." So then I used to think, and now also this is the same problem which I used to think is, why are we going to school? Why is school system or the education system of 11 and 12 needs schooling? Why it is not about competitive examinations? According to coaching, I'm thinking, I'm not challenging it, I'm just thinking about what I hear from different people and what are my like thoughts on this. Like in regular schools, you have to like maintain an attendance rate. You have to get around 75% attendance. You have to go to school, 6 to 7 hour schools. Then now if you're in coaching, if you come from school, take your bags, go to coaching, come back at 9, sleep, repeat. This is what happens. 2 years is like it's like a hell type of thing. I wouldn't say that it is not rewarding. It is very rewarding. You have very good colleges in the hands. Like it's the key to your dreams, I would say. There's no problem in doing hard work, but you have to do an extra hard work because of your choice of being righteousness, of being right in the like of being someone who is in the school, who's someone who follows the book. It's your punishment. It's not your choice, it's your punishment, and you have to go through it. And the non-attending schools are like everywhere. Everyone knows about it. There'll be schools, right? Yeah, you should attend the schools and everything. Everyone knows. Everyone knows. Even the CBSE knows they are not going to do anything. And I don't know why, but they are not going to do anything. And I'm going to tell you why. I think so. They are not going to do anything. Everyone knows about quota. Like quota has many big players, many big coaching names, many big names around it. Fundings are like immense. How is quota working? Every coaching has targeted one school for their like non-attending procedure, something like that, dummy procedure, and everyone knows this school is facilitating them to get into like dummy schools or something like that. CBSE officials obviously know. I'm talking particularly about CBSE because there are many schools of CBSE who are doing this, and it is happening. The whole quota is working on this. The whole system is working on this. And correct me if I say something wrong, but I know like around 95% of students, like it would be shame if I say 95% students it's around 100% of them doing non-trending schooling. Like you must be thinking, like, why I am against it, right? You must be thinking, why I'm telling you, or why I'm against it, this non-trending procedure. The very simple answer, the very simple answer is it is killing the competition. It is just killing the competition, giving a like they are giving advantage to those who are doing bad things, wrong things, basically, not by the book. And the people who are going by the book, who are doing things right, don't fall for it. They are in the disadvantaged position right now. And so it is a problem for the students who don't have much money to go to coaching, for the students who don't have these facilities, and for the students who are not like who are in like rural areas or somewhere else where they're not able to prepare. If they are able to prepare also, the level of the competition is going rising like this is not going to help them. And I'm not telling that you should go give something to them or something like that. JEE or the NTA says that they are making the paper through NCERT. But if you give someone who has scored 97 to 98 marks in mathematics in the CBSE board, the JEE main paper, I'm not talking about the JEE advanced, I'm just taking about the JEE main. Just give them the 30 questions of those JEE main paper and tell them to solve. And if they're able to get around 60% of marks in it, I'm going to tell you this is not going to happen. This is strictly not going to happen. Like NTA has, obviously, they have to cut the competition. They have something to do. Like they have to follow something criteria. No, the paper can't be very easy. I agree with them. But they should not tell you that everything is in CRT, right? It's not true. Everything is board level in JEE means it's not true. It needs a specific type of attention. And now this gives an undue advantage to them. Everyone knows that there are many coaching institutes working in this field. There are many, like, it's so common. Like, I can't believe this in the 11th and 12th section. I just thought, like, everyone knows there's a non-trending school. Students are sacrificing their educations. I would say in the board education, they are sacrificing their 11th and 12th both in their school lives. They are just studying till 12th, and there's no guarantee you will get into IIT or NIT or triple IT plus systems ever. It is very tough to get into them. I'll give you data. Around 11 lakh 35 students sat for the examination this year in JEE, like the last year in JEE. And the students who got seat in JOSA and CSAB rounds were around, like for general category, I'm telling you the ranks of general category. For JEE main, in the JEE main rank, according to JEE main rank, around 75 to 78,000 got seat into NIT or triple IT plus systems. A rank, I will tell you. And IITs have different procedure, but around 15,000 to 16,000 seats are there in IIT for general candidates. So it's around 1 lakh. I'm taking a round figure of 1 lakh seats. Okay. What happens to 10 lakh 35,000 students? No one thinks. No one cares. But there's no guarantee that you'll get into some of the colleges if you're drop like this dummy school. And there's no guarantee too for someone who is in the attending school get into these colleges. It depends upon the person. But my point is, if it is wrong, then why CBSE never addresses it? Why it is happening? And why the students who go to school are like a clown or fools who are doing it? I just don't get it. And maybe there is a maybe there's a reason, because if they are going to confront the schools, and there are many schools who have good reputation, not good reputation, they have this reputation because of their students who get into these premier colleges of India. And if they are going to ask them, or if they are going to do something against them, maybe the students who got through it may get hampered, their career may get hampered. I don't know. Depends. I don't have much legal knowledge about it, but it may cause a problem to them. On the other hand, I think about those students who are working hard every day. It's something like that. It's like their destiny. Nothing else, nothing can be changed. And it's happening like anything. 11th, 12th schooling in India has collapsed. And this is what I'm thinking right now. In the urban areas, at least, I would say. The 11th, 12th schooling is collapsed. Now you must be thinking, I'm talking only about the science streams. The commerce and humanities streams must be safe, right? After the introduction of CUET, this is going to be the same like JEE main or like NEET. It is going to be the same scenario. Like now CUT is introduced. There's no board examination weightage. They are going to go for these schools preparing for CUET, getting good marks. This is going to happen. And like I give the CUET examination, I know like the paper is not like JEE mains asking something from different planet. I don't know. They don't ask from different planet. I'm just saying like the paper is standardized paper. Basically, JEE main paper is a good paper, is an analytical paper, and you need analytical skills to solve it. But for CUET, if you are studying for NCRT, you have good basic knowledge, you can score good marks. But for JEE, it is not the same. I'm just talking about the science stream. I have not given the humanities paper, so I don't have the experience of it. So maybe someone has an experience of it, can comment down below. But I have this experience. Now, the biggest problem, now the third problem which I'm going to address is related to JEE. In JEE main, there are examination in the shifts, like around 6 days if the paper takes place in 6 days. Around 12 shifts happen, 12 to 13 maybe. In those shifts, a normalization procedure occurs. Now that normalization procedure is just, I would say, I don't know why they do this, but it is not your rank. I would say, I can say this. Like I have this belief, it is not your true rank in this competitive world. It is not your true rank, and I'm sure about it. It's not your true rank, and it's maybe they are for around 30,000 to 13,000 rank. Many students who qualify for JEE main, sit for JEE advanced, get good marks, get good ranks rather than their according to their JEE main rank, because you must be thinking that they must have worked hard or something. But there are many students who told like they didn't work hard much. They were in the same pace, they were doing the same things, but they got a good rank in this examination. I don't know about the normalization policy. It is something very different. Like if the paper is easy, you are not going to get good marks. Obviously, you are not going to get a good rank according to your marks because your paper is easy. But sometimes you can get the maximum score and you can't get 100% percentile too. This can happen in normalization, you never know. So this is a drawback. Now, there's one thing favorable for NEET is that it is a one-day paper. You have just one chance. Everyone is going to get the same paper and your rank will be made accordingly. But for JEE mains, it is not. And just for doing things online, uh, I'm not telling that I'm against online paper, but just for doing things online, it is hampering. It is literally hampering your merit. And in India, your merit is something very subjective. You won't get colleges according to your merit. But it is something which is disturbing. And these are the points which are literally destroying the culture after 10th. Every student now who takes PCM is going for JEE. Everyone, not everyone, around 50% of students, 40% of students are taking these schools which are not attending schools, dummy schools. Everyone knows about it. They will talk freely about it. Even the principals know what they are doing. Everyone knows in the like in the city that they are going for non-attending dummy schools. And I tell you that the private people are allowed. Okay, CBSE has a choice. If you want to appear as a private student, you can do this. But if you are in a school, you should maintain a percentage of attendance and many things like many projects or something like that. But these schools are playing their money game. Like they are getting a lot of money through it. They are just making money through it. And the students, they feel a sense of security like we are not private students. We are in a school. We have a special decorum board or something like that. There's nothing. Now those schools are there for just for making money. And after that, there's no guarantee of a selection too. So I'm not telling you to take the regular schools. Now you have a choice, right? I'm not telling you something is illegal, it's wrong. In India, everything is right. And I don't know why. There's no one has addressed it. And now the board marks of CBSE is losing it's fading. It's fading, I would say. It's fading its importance. In JEE, the 75% criteria which was going to be repealed was like it was challenged in the Supreme Court too, maybe I think so, or the Bombay High Court. The High Court said that it is the last decision of India. Many students were against it. Now they have this reason. They have this reason because now this 75% criteria is going to facilitate those students who are preparing well for their boards. Like they also know basically that if they remove this 75% criteria, now there were only 50% students after 10th who were taking dummy schools. There were 100% of the students who won't go to school only. They won't bother to go to school. They're going to scrap this education system after 11th, after 10th. And they are not going to scrap it, but I think so the government should take some steps. What is happening? Like they can't see it, or there's something which I'm getting wrong. I don't know. There's something maybe wrong with me, or there's something wrong with the government, or there's something wrong with the crowd. I don't know, but this is the reality, and it is happening, and everyone knows about it. So they are not removing the 75% criteria because they are afraid. If this happens, if they remove the 75% criteria for the admission into triple ITs and ITs, IITs, or IESTs or any GFTIs, then it would pose a threat to their education system after 10th, that no one would care to go to school. They will just think about their passing marks and they'll prepare for IT. And you must be thinking like who got 40% marks, how can they go into IT? This is a different issue. But like they're, then everything will be a coaching mafia type things. Now the schools are like coaching and coachings are like the head of these schools. It would happen like this if the 75% criteria is repealed. The most frustrating thing which I heard from my some of my teachers, I don't want to say this, but they used to tell us कि तुम स्कूल जाके क्या करो? What will you do after for like if you go to school, what would you do? There's nothing in the school. I used to think that is this why we are studying? And is this the education system going right now? Every student just walking like a rat, nothing else. Why would you go to school? Just be in the coaching, get good marks. They are not wrong. They are not wrong. Obviously, they are not wrong. If they are preparing for something like JEE or they are preparing something like for NEET, and if they have a potential, coaching people are not many money. Like everyone is not money minded, right? Some of them are really concerned. They think that you can do it. Okay, so they are going to push you for this. Like you should get a good rank. You should study in coaching. You should study the modules. But in this stage, I'm not blaming them. I'm just not blaming them. Don't take it as any wrong way. I'm not blaming them. But in this whole procedure, I just think one thing that is this is what it is in India. After 10, there's no education system. Everything is like blank space. You can do anything you want. Prepare for JEE, take a dummy. Prepare for NEET, take a dummy. You want to do commerce? First get 80% in 10th, then you will be allowed to get a you will be allowed to get science or commerce in something like that. If you don't get 75% in 12th, you are not allowed to go for the NEET, or sorry, you are not allowed to go into JEE colleges. Everything feels like something like a blanket trying to cover up things, and this has to stop. And if it doesn't stop, maybe new education policy or something else. But if this is going to like extend what it is being extended now, this is the peak of I think so Joker Joker nature. I would say this is like literally a clown nature which is happening. So if this is going to extend, I don't know whether it would be good to these students. Basically, I would say many students who don't go to school get into depression. because of their, like, they are just getting into the smaller circles. They are not going to school, they are just being at home, going to coaching, studying up, and then they came back and preparing for JEE. There's no guarantee you will get to it. There's no guarantee. You wasted your 2 years. And I'm telling you, there are many students who face this problem. They waste their 2 years. I'm not telling that they didn't do anything. They have this in themselves that they wasted their whole 2 years. They didn't go to school. They didn't have the experience. They opted out of school so they don't have much friends. They made their circle small. Now they don't go to JEE. And what the next step do you think they are going to take? The next step which they are going to take is taking a drop. They are going to take a drop, prepare again for the same thing. And if they get into it, well and good. If they don't, they get into depression for sure. Not like a pure depression, but someone who is not happy anywhere. If he get into a good private colleges too, he or she is so depressed or so like mentally disturbed that they are not happy at all. They are just doing things for the sake of doing things. It's like that. So it is affecting on a large scale, and I don't know why it is not addressed, but I thought that this is my experience I should share with them, and especially for the parents, especially for the parents and the students of class 8, 9, 10 who are listening this. Make your decisions accordingly, and the students and the parents too. Uh, you have this. You should think about this. I'm not telling you that dummy schools are bad, but if you have a choice, it's your choice basically. It's your choice and your child's choice, whatever you want. So this was the first episode of this channel, and I'll bring up more episodes accordingly. And this channel is a very raw channel. I'll be telling about literally the harsh reality which is happening in the society and needs to be addressed. I won't be taking my name, obviously. I won't be showing my face. It would be just like my voice. And it is my thoughts and my experiences. I'm not blaming anyone. I again say I'm not blaming anyone. But this is happening, and the truth which I have experienced is just what I have said in this video. Maybe you like this video and share it to your friends. It is like an important video, I would say. It's a very important video. And I think so if the CBFC officials just listen to this, they have some sort of what you say, जागरूकता. I can't get this English word. So उनको जागरूकता आएगी कि they are doing something, like they have to do something to stop this. And so this is what I have to say in this video. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you will appreciate this video. And if you have any comments or any like anything which is disputing any dispute of a thought, you can write in the comments. There's no problem. Maybe I'm wrong somewhere. Maybe I'm wrong. I do admit it. Maybe I'm wrong somewhere. So you have this freedom. You can write anything in the comment section. You can tell that, yeah, you were wrong there or something like that. So yeah, thank you for being a nice audience. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you.